Gather all your old photos and scrapbooks. Ransack your cupboards, the drawers, the attic. Reminisce, recollect, remember. All these memories you've been holding on to for so long have just been waiting for this moment to arrive. I'm talking about making a memory quilt, a photo memory quilt to be exact. Hi, I'm Lesley Riley, and I am the author of Photo Memory Quilts, my latest book with C&T Publishing. Every quilter has a fabric stash, a photo stash, and a stash of memories that are just begging to be turned into a photo memory quilt. I think we can all agree that a photo memory quilt starts with a good photo. Old photos may need a lot of work to be quilt worthy. A lot of them lack contrast, they've faded over time. I can help you with that in my book. And many of the photos sitting on your phone could probably use some adjustments. To ensure that your photos would be as wonderful as the quilt you're going to create, I've dedicated 21 pages on working with photos, making them quilt ready. And it's easy too. You can turn ho-hum photos to ah. So I've been working with photos for over 20 years. I was probably one of the first people to buy a home color printer to use with my quilting and photos on fabric. So I have over 25 years of experience. Fortunately, it's gotten a lot easier over those 25 years. My book covers 6 ways to get your photo onto fabric. One of them is my tap transfer artist paper. Maybe you're familiar with it, but if you're not, it's the easiest and best and most permanent way to get photos onto fabric. It's an iron-on paper that's from C&T. It's been around for 10 years and I have a lot of experience working with it. Many of my quilts use it. Sometimes I need something a little different than the 8.5 by 11, but this is my go-to. It's been my go-to for 10 years. If you want more information on the tap transfer artist paper, you might want to check out my last book, The Ultimate Guide to Transfer Artist Paper. That's also available from C&T Publishing. Let me show you a few of the quilts that are in the book. This first one here is Clara Barton. All of the images on here have been done with tap transfer, including this border down here. I'm honoring Clara Barton because she's the founder of the American Red Cross, but it's also a personal memory for me because I live just a mile or two from the house she built to house the Red Cross after the Civil War. This next quilt is called California Dreamer. A friend of mine had a photo of her mother. It was about 4 by 6, if that, and I was just taken by it. I'm always attracted to redheads for some reason. I asked her if I could borrow the photo so that I could scan it and enlarge it, and then I did, and because I wanted something larger than the tap paper could accommodate, I sent it to a fabric printing company so I could enlarge it and use it on this quilt. It's a photo of her mother, Molly, who grew up on a farm in California. How I use fabric and other things, other embellishments to tell a story is a very integral part of the book. I also talk about working with small quilts. This is called The Weavers. I'm very interested in history, so I like to pay tribute and honor the women that came before us, these weavers from it's an older picture from the 1800s. I have 2 little quilts. The small one is a single quilt layered onto a larger quilt. I mounted this on a cradle board so that I could add a shuttle, furthering the story. I think mounting a small quilt on a board or a canvas gives it more impact, especially if it's going on the wall. All of this is in the book too. Another quilt that I made for the book and for my son retells the story of our trip to High Rock. It used to be an amusement park at the turn of the century, and it's an outlook point up near our house. We take all of our friends, family up there just to enjoy the view. So all of these, let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 photos. So in the book, I explain how to use more than just 1 or 2 photos. So this is an example of using many photos in one to tell one story. I mounted this on a canvas as well, a stretched canvas, so that he can hang it on the wall in his office. The book also includes chapters on photo sources, copyright, storytelling, composition and design, which is really important, collage quilting, a variety of finishing methods, and how to display these quilts, be it these smaller quilts. Larger quilts can hold their own hanging on the wall, but a small one needs a little more presence, doesn't it? In addition to my 8 projects, there are 18 contributing artists in Photo Memory Quilts, each one with a beautiful quilt, their process, and how they arrived at the final product. So are you ready to place your order for Photo Memory Quilts? And why don't you get some tap paper while you're at it?